Hello viewers across the globe. This is Platform Media International Sports. I'm yours sincerely, Joe Exode presenting. Tonight, we bring to you facts and figures from the African Cup of Nations that's taking place in Gabon in West or Central Africa. And the 16 teams that started the championship, half of them have gone home. So we have 8 gone home, 8 still in contention. The quarterfinal pairings are out, and as I speak to you, just 24 hours away from now, the teams will be back in contention to decide who goes into the semi-final. And let me quickly bring out the pairings. Burkina Faso against Tunisia on Saturday. Senegal Senegal is playing against Cameroon. And on Sunday, Democratic Republic of Congo and Ghana will be slugging it out, while Egypt takes on Morocco. All North African affair. Let me quickly introduce my very good friend Opone Yamabo. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Opone, the African Cup of Nations is sitting up, and by this time next week, we'll be talking about who's taking the championship trophy home. And you see, it has not disappointed anybody.
No.
All the stars that grace the whole of Africa are on display, and they have not they've not ceased giving us the hope that Africa is going to be the next world beaters in soccer, right?
Yeah. So what you trying to tell me that you have the big boys left now?
The big boys are left, no doubt about that. No, the big boys are there. Opponent, before we go into the nitty gritty of the teams that are participating, let's quickly give you this. We have the sharpshooters. Junior Kabanaga is leading with 3 goals, and he's from the Democratic Republic of Congo. And Aubameyang of Borussia Dortmund, who is from Gabon, has 2, and Riyad Mahrez, the African Footballer of the Year for Algeria, has 2. Of these 3 who are in contention, 2 have gone home. Aubameyang of Gabon and Riyad of Algeria have gone home. So Junior Kabanaga seems not to have any opposition at all, because others who are still in contention, they have just one goal. So he's going to be, I guess, if everything goes well, he's going home with a golden boot, right?
Yeah, if everything goes well, but you never can tell. Somebody can come up with a hat trick and he gets stuck there. A lot of things. It's soccer. A lot of things are possible.
But it has been a low-scoring tournament, though. Do you see anybody coming out with a hat trick?
We never can tell. It's knockout stage. See, when they get to the knockout stage, teams panic.
Okay.
I remember I was talking to you before the program started. You were telling me about the experience of the Cameroonians, or the Ghanaians, the Tunisians, the Moroccans. Agreed. When they get to knockout stage, teams panic. And in such situations, anything can happen.
They make mistakes.
Yeah, they make mistakes.
But opponent, let me also give out one fact. Of all the 8 teams in the quarterfinal, we just have 2 teams with African coaches left. And one of them, Senegal, with Cisse, 40-year-old young dreadlock Cisse, is the coach of Senegal. And also, Democratic Republic of Congo has F. Ibenge. All other teams, Burkina Faso has Paul Adate from Portugal. Tunisia has the ever constant star in the name of Kaspaza. Kaspaza was the coach of Burkina Faso in 2013 when they met Nigeria in the final. And he's not gone back to Tunisia, and he's taking the team to the quarterfinal. And Cameroon has Who's, that's a foreign coach, and Ghana has Grant, the former coach of Chelsea, and Egypt has another foreign coach named as Cooper. And Morocco has another constant star in Rehad. Remember, Rehad was the coach of Zambia when they won in 2014 after Nigeria. And also, last edition, he was the coach of Cote d'Ivoire. So these 2 coaches, they created sensation in Africa. So what is their magic? Kasparzak is Polish, Rehad is French.
Not really. What you get to understand is you're a coach or you're a player. Let's say you're a coach, you go to a team. What do? You try to impose your philosophy on your team. And as I always say, all this thing is all about marketing. When I say marketing, pitching. If your players can buy your pitch, it's going to work for you. So I believe it's sometimes it's not just what they do on the field. It's not just what they do on the field. It's how they talk to their players. players want to play for you.
But one person missing Okone is Otto Pfister, who is always there, but he failed to qualify this time. So that's one coach that has passed most of African countries, going from one team to the other.
It's a trolley.
Yeah, he's been to Ghana, been to Democratic Republic of Congo, everywhere, but it's not in contention this year. Opponent, looking at these pairings, Burkina Faso versus Tunisia, well, the coach of Tunisia knows the team very well. He was there with them 4 years ago. So that will count as a disadvantage for Burkina Faso. Kasperzak, he took the team to championship, to the finals in 2013. And here he is playing against the same team he took. So he knows the players. Even if he doesn't know the tactics or the match strategy, but at least he knows these players. Is that a disadvantage?
Not necessarily. He's not a coach of that team right now. So I don't think it means anything. It just depends on who is there and what he instilled into his players. So whatever
it doesn't matter whether a coach knows you. It's how you come out. What the shirt you are wearing. What do you want to do on that match day?
Yeah, it doesn't, because let me tell you something. Say you're the coach of Gabon, okay? I'm the playmaker, and you tell me, "Oh, look, this is what I want you to do. When you get the ball, make sure you go to the right side. This guy will make run from here. This guy will go here." When I leave you and I go coach and I'm playing for your producer, and he tell me, "Look, I don't want you to tell him when you get the ball, I want you to go straight, go direct." It's two different philosophies. Okay. So you knowing me, what I do for you is different from what the other guy wants me to do for him.
Well, Opone, who am I to doubt you, because you play soccer in both in two continents, Africa and Asia. So I believe you. But again, tomorrow, all West African are fair, and I can call them the giants of West Africa. Senegal versus Cameroon. Senegal was look at their stars. Sadio Mane, Koulibaly, and those stars everywhere. And like I told you at the beginning of this championship, I rate Senegal to be one of the best teams in this tournament, and they have not disappointed. So meeting Cameroon, I get scared a little bit, because Cameroon you cannot predict, but again, they have the experience behind them. So that's a good match to watch at tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a good match to watch tomorrow, but I want to regress, and I want you to remember something. Mm-hmm. Cote d'Ivoire have all the stars. Couldn't win the tournament. They just won previous one.
Yeah.
They have all the stars, the Drogbas, the Jovinho, the Torre brothers, the Alex Songs. It was difficult. They couldn't win. It's not necessarily having all the stars, but it's having players who could gel and play together. When people want to play with one mind.
In those days, when you play Cameroon, there's the fear factor. But has that fear factor disappeared?
That fear factor, there's no fear. All those things are gone. No fear factor. No fear. There's no fear factor anymore. You have to appear. Nobody's scared of anybody now. Or okay, you're talking about Senegal. Who will be talking about Senegal? Senegal have all the stars in Africa now, because they have their players spread all over Europe. So nobody's scared of anybody anymore. Just in short, Senegal wants to play Cameroon. In them, they believe they can beat Cameroon. They're not scared of Cameroon. So it's up to Cameroon now to prove that, we are good. But at the end of the day, who appears, who shows up, is going to carry the day.
Wow. Well, men on Sunday, Democratic Republic of Congo, who are also rated as one of the second best team, is playing against Ghana. And you have the Abedi Pele brothers, Ayu and Jordan. So where do you place that opponent?
It will be a good game, but at the end of the day, I think Ghana will go through.
Wow!
I think Ghana will go through. I've seen these people, and I've seen Ghana play.
And I was reading the Grant before I came to the studio. He says there are so many talents in Africa. That's why he chose to come to Ghana, because he believes that the talents in Africa is untapped. Again, you remember he prospered with Didier Drogba and Michael Essien in Chelsea. So I guess he has seen something in African stars. Perhaps this is time to make an announcement about his intentions in Africa.
Well, only time will tell. So we'll see if really there's something he saw there, or there is something else. I cannot answer that, but let us wait for the game.
Okay. Opponent, the other match I'm looking forward to is the battle of the giants of North Africa. Morocco versus Egypt. Of course, you know history of African football so well. Morocco and Egypt match is war any day. You can, like I said, I was telling you before we came to the studio, you can bet that that match is not going to end 11 versus 11 players. Some people will have to go during the match with the red card because it's going to be pretty rough.
It's gonna be a slugfest.
Slugfest. But again, I guess the coaches can count. They can make this count because Morocco is coached by Reinhard, the two-time African champion coach, and Egypt have a lot of experience. Remember, they have won it 3 times consecutively from 2008 to 2012. So remember those editions. So this is a match that everybody will have to watch out for.
Yeah, they have 2 big coaches, 2 winning coaches, but only one can go through. And either of those teams, anyone that goes out in the quarterfinal is a failure. That is why we say that game is going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a fight.
Who disappointed you in this tournament? The teams?
I really think Gabon should have done a little as a host. Not really, but they have good players too. But I think as not just host, but I think they have good players. I think Gabon should have done better. And
in my estimation, Algeria disappointed to me because they have the African Football of the Year. They have a sprinkle of stars, but they never showed up.
Yeah, they do. But you see, Gabon have good players and they are hosts. In any tournament, you expect the host to go to at least the quarterfinal stage.
Let's see
Let's see
whether with the absence of Gabon will kill the enthusiasm. But I guess the government, as usual, will encourage players, fans to go to the stadium. Opponent, thank you very much for showing up this weekend. Let's watch out this weekend so that next week, when we're presenting, we'll give our viewers the statistics. And I guess viewers are following us. And I hope we have done our best to give you what you're looking for. And I ask you to stay tuned. Next week, we'll be back here to give you a brief summary of the African Cup of Nations. And by then, maybe we'll be telling you who is going home with the trophy. For all people around the globe who wants to discuss business with us, who want to give their products a lot of coverage and mileage, we'll be happy to discuss business with you. Call the number on your screen and we'll be here to talk business with you. And our viewers, clicking on the subscription tab. We'll be happy that you do that. And that's what makes us relevant and that's what makes us keep going. And I wish you the best. It's me, Joe Esude, signing off and saying have a happy evening. Good night.